Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jenny and this is Starseed Academy. So today we're going to continue on with our dimensional series, explaining each dimension as we go. And we've already covered the third dimension and the fourth dimension. If you haven't seen those videos yet, make sure you check those out. And today we're covering the fifth dimension. Probably the most talked about dimension, I would think, because it's something that we're all striving to bring into our existence and bring into our frequency. So let's get into it right away. There's so much here to cover. So the first thing that I want to cover about 5D is that this is about a vibrational alignment. So a vibrational alignment to what? To oneness. Oneness is the vibrational alignment of 5D. This is that higher perspective, viewing the world and others through the eyes of your soul, recognizing that we are all one and we are all so connected. It's so much deeper than any words. It's about actually experiencing that oneness. And personally, my vehicle for experiencing oneness, like true oneness from divine source, was through a Kundalini awakening. So I can really speak to that. Working on your Kundalini, doing Kundalini yoga, working on your chakras, because the chakra work is what clears the pathway for the Kundalini to rise. And it's an energy that is dormant in your body at your root chakra. And through clearing the pathway, one chakra at a time, really taking your time and care in doing this, you actually clear a pathway for it to rise. And when it rises up out the top of your head, out of your crown, you have this rushing, euphoric experience, like nothing else. I actually described this if you're interested in what it feels like, or maybe you think you've had one and you want to confirm a Kundalini awakening. Check out my video called Enlightenment and what it really feels like. So I go into really big depths in that enlightenment video if you're wanting to know exactly what it feels like and kind of determine if you've had an enlightened moment. So Kundalini, yes, the best vehicle that I can say for getting you to that oneness understanding. And this can happen through doing the chakra work and through doing the Kundalini yoga. It can actually just happen from studying about Kundalini, studying books and information on the internet. I mean, whatever, just dive in and really get yourself in that vibe. Because even just researching it, right? That is its own vibration. You're now surrounding yourself in the vibration of the Kundalini. And this for me is like the most powerful awakening and the most powerful way to get yourself into that oneness frequency, that wholeness and oneness vibration. So 5D is about not only getting into that high vibrational state of oneness and unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, all of those beautiful things that vibrate above the 500 frequency. It's not just about getting there, it's about maintaining it. So making it your set point. So the next point is that it becomes your norm. It's your set point. It's where you sit naturally in these high vibrational states of unconditional love and compassion for others. If you haven't seen the vibrational scale, I'll try to grab an image off the internet and pop it up for you. And it's about the fact that all thoughts, everything has a frequency and a vibration. And we know this. We've already studied this. This is back to spiritual basics with the law of attraction, right? So those frequencies correspond to emotions and states of being within. So if you're feeling a lot of jealousy, loneliness, fear, then you're going to vibrate lower on the vibrational scale. And then if you're feeling neutral, it's a little higher. And then when you get into the vibrations of love, joy, oneness, compassion, those are those above 500 frequencies. So that's just a way that you can actually measure it scientifically. And that's what 5D is. It's a vibrational frequency within yourself that you don't just arrive to once and leave, that you maintain, and that is your new set point, that high vibrational state, which means that it's a lifestyle now. It's about your routines and your daily habits and staying there. And it is about living your life through the eyes of your soul. And so that's how you view the world now. Now you view the world not just as the little human that you thought you were, but as the eternal wise soul that you know that you are. And that soul that you are, it knows that everything, no exceptions, everything that comes into your life is pulled in by your state of being. It's magnetized to you. And so if it's coming into your life and you don't like it, that you would deem as an unpleasant experience or even a negative experience, then you have to understand that it's in your life for a reason. And this is how viewing the world and your life through the eyes of your soul works. Everything that comes into your life, you know is meant for you. You know it's all medicine. And by saying it's all medicine, that means that it's all needed. It's something that you need to learn a lesson, to clear something that's existing inside of you as either a shadow or a blockage or a limiting belief. So your life, the universe, the matrix of the third dimension, all of that works together now with your fifth dimensional frequency to help you to do the healing and, lift you up, propel you even higher. Your soul just wants to continue going up the vibrational scale. It knows that it has this unlimited potential. And so in 5D, when you have 5D frequency within you and you're living in that place, this is how you see your life. Everything is a blessing. Everything is a lesson. Everything is medicine. You don't judge it anymore as good or bad, positive or negative. You just know it's what you need. There's no question. You've obviously attracted it into your life for a reason, and so you look for that reason. And you also see other souls through this new perspective, this higher perspective of becoming the soul within. And viewing others that way helps you to see them for the souls that they are. So now there's no reason for all of this, judgment, blame, jealousy, any of that is more on like a human scale. Instead, you're living from this soul level where you see them with like respect, admiration, compassion. If they're doing really amazing things in the world, then you view that as a sign to you of what you can also achieve. Because it's not about competition anymore. It's about all souls living in this beautiful, unlimited way and supporting one another. This is also where that unconditional loving energy comes in. Because when you're viewing other souls, other beings, other humans, the people in your life, strangers you come across, whatever, if you're determined to see them for what's within their eyes, because the eyes are the window to the soul, if you're determined to look deeper into who they are and see that eternal soul potential, then they become precious to you. Precious. You cherish them. You remember them from before, a lot of times from past lives. And if not, then you know that they are no different than you. No better or worse. This is what oneness is. It's truly seeing everyone as your equal and seeing all of these beautiful souls and knowing that they're doing their best, that they are also on an awakening journey, a spiritual awakening path, and that you actually want to help them. I feel so inclined now, especially in 2020, coming into this beautiful energy of 5D and of my Galactic Shepherdess energy. All I want to do is help others to heal, and in doing so, you heal yourself as well. Your perspective, your new high vibe 5D perspective that we've been talking about, also will now show you that you are responsible and you are happy to take responsibility and accountability for your life. You've actually completely let go of this victim mentality where things are happening to you and people are against you, and you've realized that you're creating it all. The situations, the circumstances, they're that blessings, lessons, medicine we talked about, and the beautiful souls also come to offer you more insight into yourself, because everything is a reflection of you. And so the people that you magnetize into your life from this vibration, from this 5D vibration, have something to offer you. They also have medicine, lessons, blessings to offer you. So instead of viewing these other souls that you bring into your life as better than you or less than you, any kind of judgment in any way like that, you now see them as these co-creators, co-conspirators to create these beautiful lives on earth now. And that was, their mission for coming here. That's your mission for coming here. And if these souls are in your life, then you also know that you likely have these soul contracts with them where you've both agreed to work together to teach each other lessons. So you're always looking for the lessons underneath every situation, no matter what the situation. You're looking for the healing it can offer you, the lessons it can offer you, and the freedom it can offer you from your own limiting beliefs. And sometimes you learn through contrast. And learning through contrast means you'll be shown things that you don't want in your life and that you don't want to believe anymore. And you'll be shown them so strongly that it awakens something within you. Like, whoa, hold on, why am I putting up with this? Or why am I allowing this to continue in my life? Waking up to that contrast of what you're bringing in through your limiting beliefs that are hidden in your subconscious and in your programming, to the awareness of, no, I'm creating all of this. I can choose different. I can heal that now. Which brings me to my next point, which is shadow work. Your focus will continually get pulled back within, going within, to do that shadow work, because you are determined to maintain your alignment and your high vibrational state. And so anything that feels off or is throwing you off, anything that feels less than 5D, you take responsibility for right away. And instead of judging the person or the situation, you look for the lesson and then you go within. You do the shadow work. You look for the culprit that created this in your life. What's hiding in there in the shadows? Is it a limiting belief, an old program, something you want to remove or unplug? Is it an old hurt or an old sadness from childhood or a past life where you've experienced this before and didn't have the opportunity then to do the healing and the clearing, and you're being shown it to do the healing and the clearing now, thus raising your vibration to the next level. So you're always growing, always raising your vibration, always maintaining your new set points even as they go up. So this is self-awareness to a new level, like self-awareness to the point where instead of having like reactive energy shooting out of you right away when one of these situations arises, no, instead you get really like calm and silent, and you get really like, you start to really consider what's going on, and you're looking for those lessons in the experiences, in the circumstances, in the relationships in your life. You're looking for the truth underneath. And then you respond from that place. So it's a response, not a reaction. It's a well thought out response from a higher vibrational state instead of an instant reactive energy, which creates drama, and then it like spirals into something much bigger and much more low vibrational than you're willing to go to. In this 5D vibration, this high level of self-awareness that you've now developed, you manage your triggers through breath. You breathe through it until you develop the understanding of where the trigger is coming from. And then you go on a hunt within yourself, like a little detective, looking for the origination point of the trigger. Like, that person is triggering me. Now I'm going to take responsibility for feeling this way and realize that it's not them at all, that they are the medicine, the blessing, and the lesson. Okay, so now I've taken responsibility, accountability for how I feel, and instead of reacting, I'm going to respond once I know what I want to respond from. So first, let's do the work, and this is shadow work. We go within. Why do I feel so triggered by this? I actually have a video all about shadow work where I actually go through like a role-playing scenario. Yes, I role-play with myself in it, so it's very entertaining as well. And it goes through someone who's been triggered and the questions that they can ask themselves to find the origination point of the trigger. So check out the video Shadow Work if you're dealing with triggers in your life and you're wanting to find the source of them. Do the actual real healing of those triggers. Triggers always point the way to the next thing that we need to work on. Every time you're triggered, it's an arrow pointing at something within you that still needs healing, still needs clearing. So in this new state of being, you would actually celebrate being triggered, because that trigger is a catalyst for the next level healing, next level clearing, next level high vibrational state that you will then access and learn to maintain. And this is like an ongoing journey, because 5D it's got a lot of levels to it. You first come into it with your first understanding of oneness and unconditional love and compassion for others and forgiveness, when you really start doing the shadow work. But it gets so deep, like the layers after layers that you can uncover. It's like there's no words for the understandings that you can come to, where love is the answer to everything, where compassion is the answer to everything, where forgiveness frees you. It's so beautiful. So now that we've talked about what's going on inside of you when you are in 5D, because it is an inner state that you develop and you accomplish through all of your shadow work and clearing. That's how you get to 5D within. So how would that reflect in the outside world and on your physical body? Well, we've talked a little bit about how it would reflect in your outside world. It would be like a completely different perspective that you're living from, so that would change the way your life looks. Everything that comes to you now, you would see the coding and the programming and the lesson and the medicine in it. So every situation that would come into your life would be like this little puzzle that you are happy to solve and excited to solve, where you'd have to look for the lesson and the blessing and the medicine within, and really see it for this reflection of what's going on within you that still needs clearing. So it's just living in this new perspective, this super high vibe 5D perspective is going to change the way that your life looks, because you've changed. And when you've changed and reached this very high level of self-awareness, then everything around you is going to look so different, including yourself. And for the physical self, for your physical body, it will be less dense. It will definitely be, your physical body will be a higher vibration and much less dense than in 3D. And it's going to, give you cravings for higher vibrational nourishment, because your body is also entering into this new state. So you're going to find that you're craving high vibe foods. So a lot more like fruits, vegetables, organic foods. I think a lot of starseeds and lightworkers hitting this 5D level inside of themselves, living in this new state and in this new way, do turn to a vegan or a vegetarian lifestyle, because it is so high vibe. You don't have that dense energy of the meat, where a lot of times that meat is carrying like trauma frequency and trauma coding and trauma energy within the meat, because it was killed. And the way that things are obtained now with factory farming and fast food, and like, oh my god, no, like, why would you ever put that inside your body? Our bodies are these beautiful temples, and we start to view them in this new perspective as well, with a new level of self-love and care, where we cherish our bodies and view them as the gifts that they are, like given to us to come to earth and have this experience. Because without your human physical body, you would not be here doing this beautiful work that you're doing. All that being said, I know that there are still high vibrational people that do consume meat products, but in doing so, they would be choosing meat products that were organic and were, sourced compassionately. And then they would also be blessing that food with high vibrational, prayers, and putting that into the food before they consume it. So there is a way to eat in whatever way your body is telling you it needs and craving, but it would be high vibe in whatever way that you're doing that, because you're feeding a temple now. You're nourishing, your soul in your temple. You would also want to nourish this body temple through new regiments of exercise, new routines, and, a lot of meditation, stretching, daily movement, going for walks daily, exercising daily, at least moving your body in some way every single day. You're just going to find that it just naturally becomes that way, just with the 5D new perspectives that you gain and the new levels of self-awareness that you gain. This will all naturally come when you reach these high vibrations and frequencies. You will naturally begin to crave high vibe food and diet, to want to move your body every day. It will all come naturally. It's all a part of the process. But you do have this new level of self-love for your body. And instead of seeing it as like a prison or something that your soul is trapped in, you see it as like this gorgeous, beautiful gift, this temple, this way that you can live and exist on earth at this time. It's precious and you cherish it. So basically, your life transforms, your physical shell transforms to match the frequency that you create within. So that is the first step to becoming a 5D being and living in a 5D way. Start with the frequency within, and that creates all of the other changes. And we know that, don't we? Everything that we're feeling and being and existing and emitting from within creates everything around us. So start here with becoming a 5D being on the inside with those higher frequencies of love, compassion, forgiveness, oneness. Work towards a Kundalini awakening. That for me personally was a huge way to enter into a 5D state. Other people have spontaneous awakenings into a 5D state. You'll know because it's all about oneness and love and unity consciousness and Christ consciousness, which is again just unconditional love, agape love for all souls on earth, all beings, all animals. You just have this new level of respect for life and yourself, and you treat everything from that place of compassion and respect and love. So keep doing the clearing, keep doing the shadow work, keep forgiving, keep always looking for a compassionate mindset when it comes to, especially the people that it's the hardest to feel compassion and love for. That is how you get into 5D. And the interesting thing is that we can exist in a 5D world and experience right alongside others who are in 3D and others who are kind of in between the two, like in that transitional 4D phase that we talked about. We all exist simultaneously because all timelines exist simultaneously. And so if all timelines are existing, everything that could possibly happen is happening. There's all of these timelines that are existing. And you choose through your frequency which timeline you tune into. Just like radio frequencies, envision these timelines kind of stacked on top of one another, and some are parallel. They go in every direction, and you're choosing through your state of being within your frequency, where you're vibrating at, which timeline you lock into, which timeline you tune into, where your consciousness is going to exist and live and thrive from. So it's not permanent, because sometimes we fall back a little bit, and that's natural, especially when you're first reaching out to 5D, you come back and then you go in and then you come back. That's totally normal, but you will, the more you put your efforts into the 5D growth and the 5D mindset of living from the eyes of your compassionate soul, you will create that set point for yourself. You will maintain that and then live and exist in that 5D experience, in the 5D realm. But you're living in that place alongside, on earth, alongside these other beings living in their own timelines. So we're all choosing where we want to exist from our frequency. So I don't know if you've ever had like a really bad day, or you've ever, suddenly just felt so low and lethargic and sad, and you realize, whoa, like I am on the wrong timeline. Maybe you even check into your social media and you're seeing all of this drama, all of these conspiracies, all of these riots, wars, whatever it was at the time. And you can take that as a sign that that's the timeline you're in right now. And if you want to bump yourself back up to a higher timeline, you need to get back inside and lift that frequency back up again through your daily routines of exercise, high vibe food, meditation daily, journaling, talking with your guides, your higher self, looking for things to clear and heal, doing the shadow work throughout your childhood, and then that moves into past life clearing as well. Just continue doing the work, continue maintaining, continue rising up. And you will find then all of a sudden you're back in your 5D timeline again, and everything around you is like all about abundance and oneness and happiness, because your life will reflect back to where you are within. So there are always a lot of clues as to where your frequency is within, and use those, use those experiences. And when you do fall back down, don't, berate yourself or put yourself down in any way. Use that as the medicine to heal whatever it is that brought you back down. Okay, this has shown up in my life and I don't particularly like this vibe. So why am I seeing it? What does it match within myself? What does it reflect? How can I heal that so that it doesn't bring me down again? And then you shoot right back up again after you heal and clear it. So I don't know, like all of these words about 5D can make it seem really confusing, but the truth is always the simplest path. It's always just about love, forgiveness, and oneness. And if you just pursue that, then you'll get there. So really, the most complicated things are actually very simple when you look underneath all of it. And I say that because there are so many people out there talking about like 5D being this like ascension experience where we're gonna like physically, poof out of this existence and somehow arrive, poof, into another one and leave people behind and all this. And that's just not how it works. It's actually much simpler, yet, still very layered with all of the timelines stacked on top of each other, and you kind of choosing, like an elevator, where you're going to live that day. And you always have the control and the choice, and you're always going to see it reflected in the world around you as clues and in your emotions about how you feel. So anyway, if you have any questions, which I'm sure you will, there's a lot to this video, please just pop them in the comment section down below. And then also, if you have anything just that you want to add about how you keep yourself vibing at that 5D frequency, or how you got there, or how you maintain it, please share. We all love to hear that kind of stuff. This is a really important video to share. Also like it, if you like the video, it takes 2 seconds to click like, makes me feel so much encouragement to keep going on this path of this Galactic Shepherdess teacher that I know is my soul purpose path, my earth mission for being here. But also share the video, because how confusing is 5D? And like, this is the perfect time with all of this talk about December 21st, which is tomorrow. This is the perfect time to be sharing this high vibe information, because we want people to, instead of feeling fear about December 21st and being left behind, what do you think that will create? That will just lower them back into lower timelines where they'll, interact and have all this more fear showing up. And that's not what we want. We want to help our brothers and sisters through love and compassion. So please share this video. Maybe you share it with a little comment above about your understanding of it, or how it's like really high vibe information that can help people, push past the fears and the stigmas and the spiritual egos that are all coming around this 5D new earth. Like a lot of spiritual egos about how, if you don't do this, this, and this, you're not going to make it, or you're going to be left behind. Like, what? No, there is no date. Like, oh, if you don't do it by December 21st, then you're not going to do it at all. No, it's just always there. It's just always available. It's just about love and oneness and reaching that place within ourselves. You always have the opportunity to grow. It's never going to be taken from you. And I'll let you in on a little sneak peek secret. I've got a really big video coming out that aligns with this video's high vibe 5D vibration. And this new video is about how we're all becoming rainbow warriors. How to actually transform yourself from a light warrior into a rainbow warrior. And how to go from being a human with a soul inside of it into this new divine human blueprint. So that's coming up next. So make sure you subscribe, because the new videos come out every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. And this is one that you won't want to miss. I guarantee it. But in the meantime, I really want you to just listen to your heart. and that quiet voice within. Because you are so much more than the body we're in. Have a great day. Bye.